Wow, that's a breakdown on gold, and we can see after, as we expected from the daily resistance, just gold has got a breakdown, and we might find a quick entry before start full analysis, because there is a breakup structure here on gold. And if we look at the daily, the market just below the daily resistance line. Let's see if we have an entry before we discuss any further of this live session. It might have a quick drop here. So looking at the lower time frame, we have seen that after this head and shoulder, gold has managed to break below here, so it's trending. Suddenly we see there is a significant breakup structure, and then started to move back below here. So I am looking at to see an entry. There is a fair value gap here, a big fair value gap on gold, so that might lead the price potentially to back to this support level here. And 15 minutes closing, which is a big red candle on this instrument. Now for us to find an entry, let's wait to see 1 minute price action how it is forming. I would like to place a pending order here in that area, though we might see that a sharp break below. That being said, there is a sharp drop here, and looking at to see where so I'm placing a sell stop on gold here for this possible downtrend. We see there is a breakup structure on gold, and so what I think that we might see potential a drop. So this is where I'm placing a sell stop at with 2090 profit target, so 3365.30, where I'm placing the sell stop on gold, and with a possible bearish pressure that what I think gold may go through. So looking at potential entry, so I'm placing, we might see that pullback. Will be waiting for the pullback, or I think better to wait for the pullback. We might find an entry at the moment. Let's wait to see how the candle has closed. This is 5 minutes time frame, a pretty sharp bearish price action, and this is the 15 minutes. So it's not a market entry, we are placing a pending order. Okay, so it's going up, which is good to see that it's pushing back to the upside here. So placing a pending order below this level now, in the same level, which is sell stop. All right, so on Xauusd, placing sell stop at 3365.33, stop loss at 3367.52, and TP target at 3362.39, where we are placing a sell stop here on Xauusd, and so let's wait to see. Okay, we can see that we will be waiting. Let's wait to see. Looking at in this area. Now I placed the sell stop here. So the sell stop here at sell stop in this level, and we'll be doing full analysis on that. So place the sell stop on gold, and we see a drop here, and expecting that this market to potentially continue to drop. And once we see the price has tested a broken below, we might see a drop, and that's where we want to catch here. And I will be doing analysis later as the market started to break below. We want to take that trade, and because we don't have time to wait for that move. And once we see the trade active, we can discuss more. At the moment, you can see after break of this high, it start to break below. If one more drop, we will be entering into the trade, which is a sell stop at 3365.33, stop loss at 3367.52, TP target 3362.39. Let's see where the price might be heading to. I want to see that the market is giving us what we need here. And in the meantime, guys, if you're enjoying, like we do every single day, live session, thank you. Say yes in the live chat if you guys can hear me. I think everyone is busy to take the trade. And if you set the trade, make sure you give a thumbs up, smash it, and also subscribe to the channel if you haven't done yet. Press the bell notification so that you're not missing any of the content that I'm posting every single day. Let's look at that here. And yeah, smash it now, give a thumbs up. So you see that started to break below, and we might be on the trade very soon for this one. And yep, we are on the trade. The trade is running on Xauusd. And here we have tight stop loss. The entry is on. Say yes if you are on the trade. Only 22 pips stop loss. Would like to see the price pushing back down here. Yep. So as soon as I will be closing, I'll give a shout out. I'll give a shout out as soon as I will be closing. At the moment, running in a little profit on, and would like to see that it's breaking below to this support level. And with that, with the drop, if we see the significant drop here, we are on the trade. And the key here is to be patient. We might be able to push a little bit higher the stop loss for any fluctuation. I will be moving the stop loss a little bit higher, few pip, so that it's not getting any hit if it's pushed back to the upside. 3367.80 moving to just only few pip. So stop loss 3367.80. And that being said, we see that a drop. If you guys have opened the position, say yes in the live chat, so I know that how many members are on this trade. On Xauusd, we just have opened one position. This is consecutively another trading day that we are opening, so you almost open every single day positions in this. Okay, so here in this area it's slowly consolidating, and okay, so would like to see a push back down here. Thank you. All right, cool. We can see that there is a doji and the market to potentially have some push back down here, and want to see that it's breaking below, and the goal here is to catch the trade as much as we can, and I believe that you guys also with me. Thanks for that. And we can see the market is pushing down here in the direction that we expected. Okay, so moving in our favor, which is good to see that. Are you guys with me? Thanks for that. And we can see the market running in profit. We have not a big target. We only have here a few p profit target. Would like to see that it's breaking below, and then we will be entering into the trade as soon as we will find that. Running in. Okay, so waiting for here what you can see. Okay, there is a sharp rejection here. That's what the market has got a rejection. Come on, it almost come to 15 p, and cool. Want to see that breaking below again in the major direction. The trend is down, so our expectation is to break below. This is the 5 minutes price action where it just has crossed the previous 5 minutes high, and okay, expecting a rejection here. So 1 minute forming a doji. So I try to go back here. 30 minutes, 15 minutes forming a doji. So this 15 minutes, want to see this closing as a bear candle, so you can see the next one also coming down. Otherwise we might be we might need to close at entry, and we will wait for another entry. So like to see that it's remaining bearish. Right, so most likely we could see that downside again, as it's a bear market. We see the drop. Now this time, as soon as we find enough a pip here gain, we will be closing, still running in. We are here. If it came to 15 pip, would like to cross that low, and then we can look for a closing with profit with that one. 5 minutes. Now this, we will be waiting until this 5 minutes candle closed. I believe it's gonna break below, and that's why we're waiting to see that it's breaking below here. The market structure is bearish highly. It's a strongly falling market, so what is dropping is likely to drop. And the goal here is to see the market to return back below here. So what kind of market structure is forming? So we see that 15 minutes. This is also bear market, and if this market breaking below, expecting it to come back in that direction without getting an upside rejection, which so you see the 5 minutes candle closing. If this 5 minutes candle closing as a bear candle, we see that it's on the support level, and okay, the bulls not very stronger, so we can expect still the market to slowly push back down here. Do you think it's gonna break below, or it's gonna bounce from here? What do you think? What's your opinion on that? Still holding on to this trade and would like to catch that one. So this is the 5 minutes closing as a very narrow doji. Now this 5 minutes candle that we can see, if it is closing as a narrow doji, that means that not a big green candle. We might see further downside. We see a doji closing as a doji, which is bearish, and yeah, would like to see that the market to possibly break below. That's where you can see that some kind of bearish move, and this time would like to see the market to come down here, crossing that low. 5 minutes, what kind of market structure is formed? So 30 minutes candle closed here with a big long red candle with a long wick at the bottom. So this market want to see that it's breaking below here. We are sell. So if it is coming for wick fill, we can take the profit in that direction. We see that some bearish move coming. So we are on the right, most likely on the right side. Unless it's okay, so you see that bearish move. Are you guys with me with the trade? All right, cool. Running in. So running in, and with that move, right, cool, running in, and would like to see that this is successful trade and coming here, though it's still in a very immature state. Would like to see it's continuing back below, as this is where the some kind of liquidity gap. 15 minutes closed as a narrow doji here, and 30 minutes Now this 30 minutes price action is quite important, as would like to see that it's breaking below here to the major direction of the trend. So we'll see where the market might be heading. All right, so we see a doji on the 1 minute, and it's trying to form an head and shoulder. It's gonna be unusual if it is have a full bounce here. Now, okay, so 2 5 minutes candle, it just crossed the previous one's high, so that might be so I moved my stop loss a little higher here because it might go here for liquidity grab and then could still be returned back. Come on, we are out for a very little gap here, and it just, we see that after liquidity gap is bounced back up, we are out on that. Only tight stop loss, we had only few pip, 22 pip, and let's wait to see where it is trying to move, and we might be able to find another entry. Let's wait for the market to show. Right, so looking at the 15 minutes, so this is there is an head and shoulder, inverted head and shoulder, and the market managed to bounce, and it might now try to retest this resistance. We can look to potentially enter again from any of this important level of resistance. If we see the market has gone there, tested that low, and then rejected again. So if you look at the 1 minute, this is the 1 minute price action. It's a complete a full bounce from the 1 minute time frame, and this is unusual bounce here. So if you look at the 1 hour, you can see that this is a 4 hour resistance, 1 hour resistance as well. So looking at 15 minutes here, a big drop, and it might just keep pushing up for some more time, and then come on, gold here. So what we can see here in this area, the market has moved to that level, and then from that level started to we will be looking to see if it's getting that rejection again. Yeah, from the 4 hour, from the 5 minutes, if you look at, this is a pretty sharp bounce, and I think this might be on the neckline. So this is a 1 minute. And that was just a complete bounce. So if you look at 4 hour here, so this is this session's low, this is the 4 hour support, and looking at again in that area. One minute price action, you can see after this bearish engulfer, the price started to drop in that direction, and now the question is coming back here again. I think so. I think we might see another rejection here. So this is the 5 minutes candlestick pattern that might lead the price back below. So I would like to sell this bearish price action here from this level again with 42 pip stop loss. TP target will be taking little further here as there is a fair value gap. So this is the entry. Now this time we will be entering buy market 3367.97, and we will be with stop loss at 3372.51, and so it's a market order that I'm opening. The stop loss at 3372.51. Take profit target here at 3359.00, and with the right risk here. So I am on the trade on Xauusd, sell trade, and so place a sell on Xauusd, and waiting for that market to potentially to move again in the major direction of this trend. I think this one potentially a liquidity grab, and because if you look at the 15 minutes here, we can see that there is a long wick candle, and that being said, expecting that the market to again trend down here. Now this is the 5 minutes price action, where look at the 15 minutes also the same. Now here is on the neckline, so my stop loss is little higher here, 3372.51 in comparison with the first one. So first trade we got 22 pip. This one would like to see that it's breaking below. Now the trend down, so at the moment in that area, so it's coming down, then if it cross this low here, we will be almost 40 to 43 pip, and then would like to continue for another drop, and there is a fair value gap here. So if it breaks below this support, we may see that potentially trend continuation in this market. So if you look at here, you can see that this is the 5 minute chart and it's a 5 minutes bearish engulfer, expecting the market to continue in that direction. So we're waiting to see. Thank you very much. We see that running in currently. expecting that the market to continue to drop. Here's where you can see the market in this area getting some rejection from the top. We can see the market started to trend here. All right, cool. And this one, if we hold it, it's gonna cover the previous one plus additional profit that I would like to expect in that one. If you look at the 1 minute, again, it's forming here a bearish channel. All right, okay guys, so we can see the market, what we can see here, that the price slowly dropping back below here, and with that drop, okay, so with that drop here, we can see the price continuing to move down, and we see quite a few narrower candle formation here, and with those narrow candlestick pattern, we can see the market a red candle followed by narrow doji. Now if it breaks below, we might see straight back down here, because there is a liquidity trigger. The market tested this high, and that's a pretty strong initial bounce. So this long wick candle here we can see, and that might give downward pressure for this price to come down. Let's see that if it is breaking below in that direction here, right? So I hope that guys you're enjoying the live session. Make sure you give a thumbs up and also subscribe to the channel if you haven't done yet. Press the notification bell so that you are not missing any of the content that I am posting every day. We can see that there is another narrow doji formation here in that area, and are you guys running the trade with me? Give a thumbs up if you are running. If you are not running, also smash the like button, and also if you haven't subscribed yet, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done yet. Press the notification bell so you are not missing any of the content that I am posting every single day. So here is where you can see a long wick rejection, and would like to that continuation in that direction for another wave of drop. And so you can keep running the trade for another new lower low. And in that case, we could see here, if the market coming here to this support, there is a fair value gap in this direction. So you can expect that the market to continue to drop back below here. And this is what we're waiting to see. Now this potential move is a little upside here. Trying to push back down here, and so we would like to see that this market with this long wick getting another rejection. And but what we can see, it's forming a potential inverted head and shoulder, which is possible bullish setup for short term. So not be running this trade. Let's wait to see how far here. Okay, so we are nearing to the entry. It's getting a little bit of upside here. I will be closing this trade out. I will be waiting for further entry. We'll be closing this trade. There is a if you look at from here, you can see there is a potential bounce, and it might come down, but would like to close it earlier near at entry, and we will be waiting for another entry opportunity here. It might try to again push back for another liquidity grab. So we are nearing to the entry. Now you can see that it's just near a couple of pips near the entry, so 6-7 pips, 8 pip, and I would like to wait for the market to rearrange. This is creating, after this drop, it's forming here an inverted head and shoulder on the 1 minute, and that might lead that price again push back up. So this is where we'll be waiting for another possible price action confirmation if you want to enter into the trade. Patience is key, waiting for another entry in this market. If you guys with me, give a thumbs up here and wait patience is key, as I mentioned. As soon as we will find the entry, we will be entering into the trade. Waiting for a possible, you can see it's now with this inverted head and shoulder, it's pushing to the upside. It might try to break this high now, and because it's a bear market at the moment, I'm not entering into this buy, though it might do a lot of ups and down. So I'm deleting all those lines. We need to look at the market again fresh. So there is a bounce, and that bounce might take this market to go little higher now. And if you look at the daily chart, it's on the daily zone, daily level, and that daily level is very important, where if you look at here, you can see that 4-hour doji, 1 hour 30 minutes, and that's where we can see the market pushing here towards the upside with a bullish pin bar, followed by it's now pushing in that direction. So it might try to break this short-term resistance line, and okay, so it might try to break this short-term resistance here. That might lead that price opposite direction. What I think, the market sentiment changes, as I mentioned. Trading like that, more often you see that in one direction, the market more often it might just change its sentiment to change the direction. So for us to find entry, we will see that if this sentiment change is a trend change or liquidity grab, and it would like to break. But here we might see now this short-term trend to be penetrated. We might see that to break, and then what I think could return back in that situation from the daily, for me it's very less likely that it's gonna be completely bullish. Rather, we could see an upside, grab liquidity, and returning back again in the major direction of the trend. So that move, if we see that it has broken this trend line, all right, so it has broken this trend line, and then coming like that, that's an important level that we can see. So we'll be waiting for that to see how it might be doing. And that being said, waiting for that market to show a possible directional bias here. So waiting for that. And in the meantime, guys, if you're enjoying the live session, make sure you give a thumbs up and also subscribe to the channel. If you haven't done yet, press the notification bell so that you're not missing any of the content that I'm posting every day. Now here is how the market structure will evolve. That will determine either this market again coming for another drop or penetrating back to the upside. And once we see the directional bias, once we see the direction in the market, we will be entering into the trade. So waiting for that to happen. Let's wait to see. With that move, with an inverted head and shoulder, we can see the market has moved. That inverted head and shoulder bounce sideways movement, we could see that the market to potentially either to break below or move back towards the upside here. Okay, now if that's a rejection, that's where we could see waiting to see in fact what it is trying to create here. is it a rejection or correction? And until we know the direction, we just need to wait for further confirmation. That's the key to trading. Okay, so without confirmation, we have to wait. Let's wait to see. And in the meantime, guys, let's see how far it has gone. Thank you. Okay, so in the meantime, we're inside. Thank you very much. So good evening, welcome. Hello sir, welcome. Thank you very much. Looking at 4 hour thing, welcome. Good evening. Are you there? Are you in trade? Yep, we had a trade and closed. So all right, so here now you can see from this level, this is the 1 minute liquidity grab. Okay, and then drop further. So currently what it is trying to do here, trying to push back up. Now as per the market structure, what kind of price action we can see here? Okay, so the market structure that we can see is, if you look at here, resistance, 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 series of lower high. Now with that multiple resistance with series of lower high, we could see that the market potentially to move up here and then to reject. That what we could see. But what I think that if another important point that we can see here is also series of higher low, right? So you can see the market is maintaining that series of higher low and series of lower high. So that being said, we could see this market to potentially break below here. So that might see here in that market, and we could see that the market to continue to if it drop back below, that we can see slowly building that pressure, that might create a complete bearish price action. So let's see. Okay, let me delete those lines and look at the 4 hour, 1 hour candle closed with a bearish long wick at the bottom. So this is a bearish price action as per analysis that also made earlier. So now if you want to enter, again we need to see, so here series of lower high, sometimes it's hard to enter this kind of market in the right place. So that's why attention is very important to see what it is forming, because you see there is an inverted head and shoulder. It didn't play out, reject back again, now breaking that support, and it might so here as you can see the price start to trend down here. Okay, a bearish candle with a long wick at the bottom. Okay, so here we can see that the market slowly started to break below in that direction, and that drop that you can see here, which is giving a high probability for this market to remain bearish here. And so the with this head and shoulder that you can see, so this is the head and left shoulder and the right shoulder. Okay, you can see here series of lower high and ten and 20 EMA crossover. We might see the market to see that if it is breaking below. It might have a free fall here, so let's see where we can potentially enter again. So there is a fair value gap here below this level. We might need to enter well below so that we have enough space here for set the entry. There is another level here, so you can see that this is the a fair value gap, and to this level from here. Okay, so I'm placing a sell stop here for this move. If the market breaks this support, there is a big fair value gap, and we might see we might see here now drop potential. So I'm placing a sell stop here in that area again with a comparatively tighter stop loss to this level, with a possibility for a break below. So placing a sell stop and sell stop at 3361.38. $3361.19 and stop at 3365.33 and TP target here at 3353.51. So place a sell stop here in this level. So sell stop, which is at 3361, 3361.69. Stop loss at 3365.33. TP target at 3353.51. So if the market breaks below, you will be on the trade. So this is the sell stop that we placed in. So we can see that so here it's building momentum, so that's why I placed the entry below. If the market is moving up again, we might see that potentially it's breaking above here. So we'll see that where it is heading to, and that being said, here is what you can see the market coming potentially to trend in the direction here. Now if it is a breaking below this support, we might see a complete drop here possible, for because it's a downtrend. It may completely breaking below, and it may come back here to the support level. So you see it's pushing down back here, and it's very interesting. So this is a very narrow consolidation here at the moment, and we place the pending order is because if the market breaks below, then we may see that continuation back towards the downside here. It will touch 3360. That's where we have placed the entry, and I think if it drops below, which is very highly likely, there's a probability to drop here, because you can see it's a big head and shoulder, and potentially it could break below to this level here, and Now if this market, you can see if it breaks below from this trend line, if it is breaking below, then that breaks the market, that brings price to back to this support level here. So this is where this is the head, left shoulder and the right shoulder, pretty big head and shoulder, and this kind of structure potentially to break below. But for a bigger move, we might see that first penetrating to the upside, grabbing the liquidity, and then boom, coming back down here. So that might be also the case. So once it completely disconnect from that structure, that's where you'll see the move, and we might see a sudden one single drop or couple of candles coming back here to this support level. And that's why you place the pending order in that area. So in case the market fast drop and we are on the trade, I am sell on 3364.65 from last 4 hours. So 3364, so it's you are on drawdown 64. I think, yeah, you need to decide which strategy you have used, but I have already discussed what I think. Question, you don't we place a sell order at 3367 and bring it down? Well, we can place a sell here, but we want to make sure that, you know, it's breaking below, right? We can place, but in that case we need to place the stop loss above this high, which again potentially a possibility for a liquidity grab and then coming. Rather let it finish all the liquidity grab manipulation, and then once it's gonna break below, we have more space. And the reason entry is here is if we draw this support, that you can see that after this there is nothing here, okay, which is fair value gap. So basically if the market breaks that 3362 level, the rest of the move might be just 1 or 2 single candles and then could continue to drop. So that's why we place the entry at that level. So let's see how it plays on below this level. Now in these areas you can see that the market is doing a lot of false breakout, breakdown, so it might do a lot of up and down. It, you know, if you enter, it may just go up again, come back down. We could enter as there is a liquidity grab here, but I'm waiting for a little more confirmation to drop below, and then we are on the trade, so that we have more space here for managing and all of that. So let's see how it plays out. Is it making higher high 5 minutes? No, it's not making in the 5 minutes it's still bearish. If you look at series of lower high, it's still bear market on the 5 minutes. In the 1 minute it's sideways, and above all time frame it's still bearish. Okay, we can see that drop, and that might bring that price back below. Okay, start to drop, and as we discussed here, you can see this is the thing happens more often. when the market in such an important level drop and then bounce back up for a pullback. Okay, you can see it's pushing back again in that direction. So this is where that we discussed. You can see it's now pushed back again, and that's what it is. So you need to see that the market completely has broken in one direction before you look for any entry. Okay, so that we have a clear directional bias. That's why we will be entering into the trade. And I hope that guys, you're enjoying the live session. Make sure you give a thumbs up and also subscribe to the channel if you haven't done yet. Press that notification bell so you are not missing any of the content that I'm posting every day. Now with this bounce, it's now, you can see it's going up again. And that being said, once it break this trend line and reject back again, that's where we could see that the market to potentially break again in the major direction of the trend. Are you guys with me? Say yes if you are patient. Okay, so it form a narrow, very narrow doji here. Okay, here it's showing a slower movement, and before we see any directional bias, we leave that pending order here. Let's wait for to see what is on other currency pairs that we see. Today was GBP USD, pretty volatile due to the news, and I would like to see what's happening with British pound US dollar. If you guys looking at any particular pair, you can share in the live chat. Dollar yen, from here we can see there is a also initial bounce that you can see, and let's wait to see here. Euro dollar, dollar yen, British pound US dollar, and so quite a few instrument was trending, especially dollar yen. We saw pretty strong uptrend. GBP USD in a so you see that pullback still in a here in that zone downtrend. Euro dollar, I've drawn quite a few lines here for an entry, but I couldn't find it. So euro dollar, you can see it's little sideways. There's nothing here on euro dollar at the moment on the higher time frame, but lower time frame we might find some entry, but It's little still choppy, not much volatility, while dollar yen is pretty trending. So you can see that after quite a few flight to the upside, it's what I think potentially coming here for a deeper pullback. And yeah, dollar yen might come back here to this support level. It's in an sharply in an uptrend, so it's breaking from the trend, and because it's breaking from the trend, it may come down here for another potential drop. So looking at dollar yen and euro dollar, British pound US dollar, dollar yen euro dollar, British pound US dollar, so quite a few instruments that you can see. So British pound US dollar, is it trying to break below? Let's wait to see. From the 1 hour, from the 4-hour chart, 1 hour chart, this is an initial bounce, and the market potentially be coming back here on GBP USD. And so it's in a maintaining that uptrend but sideways, so there isn't proper entry on dollar yen and GBP USD. Let's wait to see what's happening with the euro dollar. From the 4 hour, it's bearish. 1 hour, 15 minutes, so it's trying to reverse here. Euro dollar may try to slowly turn to a bear market here, but not a very strongly trending, so we'll keep that aside. And let's look at the Xauusd here again. What happened? So you see the breakup structure on Xauusd. So the pending order is there. We saw that bounce to the trend line, and now we are on still on, and you can see gold started to drop again from that. You see that there is a bounce. It hit that trend line again and returned again back below. So now if this market breaking below, that's where we place our pending order here below this support level, where if this market drop here, there might be here a sudden drop, as this is a complete imbalance in the market, so that might lead the price back to the downside here. So we'll be waiting for that engineering. We might get a trigger here again, as the market is trending in that direction. We'll look to see where it might be heading to. Thanks for joining, and if you guys are enjoying the live session, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and also press the notification bell so you are not missing any of the content that I'm posting every day. And also stay connected, joining the Telegram channel. You can find link below this video for more update education, as well as promotions more often that you're posting in the channel, for possibility to have an entry to the academy to get access to everything, including all the automated trading strategy, all the signals educations, as well as live analysis that I'm taking every single day, posting every single day. So I'm posting the Telegram link in the live chat. You can click that link, join that. You have nothing to do, but once you join that, it might open a big door for you to get access to all the things. Once you can get an entry to the academy, where everything that I have learned in this whole trading career will be open up for you. So don't miss out joining, staying connected. And Elan, welcome, thank you. Bells, yes, coach, thank you. Niraj, hi sir, why are you making analysis 1 minute, 5 minutes is better than is my opinion, sir? So we are doing the multi-time frame analysis. So basically we are not making analysis on 5 minutes or 1 minute. Here we are looking at the multi-time frame. As you can see, I more often switch from 1 minute to 5 minutes to 15 minutes, even monthly, weekly, daily, to see a clear directional bias. That's the key here, to see the directional bias. Okay, once you see the direction, it becomes easier for any kind of trading opportunity arising. So you see that the market is almost, I'm on the trade, guys. My trade is active on Xauusd. Probably I got little early entry. My trade is active and waiting for the drop. If your trade is active, you can say yes. Let me see how many traders here with me. It's gold, it's Xauusd. Gold spot versus US dollar. Thanks. Welcome. Let's wait to see. Are we selling gold? Yep, we are on the trade. So we placed, this is the pending order. Sell stop still valid at 3361.86. Stop at 3365.33. TP target at 3353.51. We can move the stop loss a little higher. It's very tight because it's a very volatile market at the moment. At least above this candle to have a little more space. It just has crossed that support. Moving the stop loss at 3366.36. 3366.36. So move the stop loss at 3366.36 and waiting for that to happen. Once it moved the stop loss there, we will be on the trade. So let's wait to see what happened. And you can see the market tested this previous support down resistance here, and let's wait for a break below. So we are on the trade, and trade is on. Are you guys with me? If your trade is on, you can say yes in the live chat. Okay, so you can see the market is moving in that direction as expected. Okay, so it's consolidating here after this drop, and okay, that is a bounce. So there is a bounce, and so it got manipulated, guys. So today the market is, you can see, after crossing again getting the rejection, so it just here overextended from the support and bounced back again. So we here it just has got a unusual bounce. So it might move sideways because this is a very a tight market. The price was respecting this trend line and getting the rejection. So you might need to wait for better entry. Okay, so you can see that it's the way it is moving, maintaining that series of lower high, whenever breaking below, getting a rejection. So from here, a single bounce back to the upside. So how much move it has made. So look at the ATR, that we can see that, which is, yeah, almost to 3 ATR move to this 15 minutes. So getting that rejection from that level. It's a complete break below again, and very interesting, isn't it? So after moving to that level with a single bounce, it just started to reject back again. Thank you. And so from that zone we see that there is a 36 pip drop, and it may now continue to drop in that direction here. Okay, so it may continue to drop as it grab that liquidity. So looking at the 5 minutes here, which is also potentially bearish price action, and we may see that the market to possibly to trend in that direction. So this is a from this 20 EMA level, it has a sharp rejection. $15 rejection. Yeah, this is where if you look at the 15-minute chart, from this support it just penetrated that low, and the candle closed little above and then started to bounce. So as if you look at the daily here, you can see struggling to make a bigger move, because there is a daily 20 EMA retest earlier that we have seen from the daily at 20 EMA retest, and that daily 20 EMA that we can see, okay, that daily 20 EMA retest has given an upside here. Okay, so we can see that that daily 20 EMA retest has given a bounce, and that's why we see that the market is having that rejection, and we might see that potentially from here even it can create, you know, that inverted head and shoulder, some pushback to the upside, or after going up again coming down to retest this any of this support level. Always candle close. Yeah, candle close important, absolutely. Candle close is where you will know that when the market, what kind of price action it has formed. So we see that 4-hour candle closing also in couple of minutes, which is so far a red candle, but we don't know either it's closing as a green candle or as a red candle. But if it is closing as a red candle, the possibility for further downside is higher. But if it is closing as a green candle, there is a possibility for upside. But I think still for Xauusd to remain bearish is higher, though this market is pretty choppy. If you look at the whole move here, it was in a very nice trend. This zone is a very clumsy and choppy. Buying zone explained. Now look, I wouldn't say yet, because this is where you can see quite a few long wick quite a few long week candlestick pattern formation here, and those long weeks, so if you look at, they're just getting rejection from up and down in this range. Now for me to bounce and to become an uptrend here, it needs to come back below, because there is a long consolidation and it requires a complete break below any of this low and then to return. So depending on also how the daily candle will be closing is important, because if you look at the daily price action, it's on the 20 EMA. So the possibility for, let's say, this daily candle close as a doji, then we might see again possibly another doji on the daily, and then slowly turning back to the upside here. So that might be the situation, but at the moment it's lower time frame. It might just do like you can see, it's bounce here to the key level, and it has broken many of the key level here. So it might just grab liquidity and then return again to this support level here. So you might see it's coming back here again from those levels. So that might be the case here on Xauusd. Let's see where the price is possibly be heading in this market. So we are almost 1.5 hours for this session, and we attempt twice, so let's someday we have to let it go. We'll be waiting for a market structure formation new. And if we look at, guys, the key here, as I mentioned always, the key here is learning and growing. Trading is all about learning and looking at the long-term picture. So we are on Thursday, quite a few high impact news that we have seen been gone already, and the market was pretty volatile. We see that coming tomorrow on Friday, coming up GBP 4 p.m. and then JPY 4:40 p.m. So this news might make GBP JPY pretty volatile. If you look at GJ, what you can see here, GBP JPY already, this market is in a trend. GBP JPY already in a trend. So if you look at here, you can see this is the daily chart. We see there was a bounce to up here because of the JPY news coming tomorrow, and JPY might be from this high potentially coming down here. So GJ could be here a bearish price action in that area on this instrument. So GBP JPY, you can see that slowly breaking below. It might trend back down. I will also keep eye on GJ because of the GBP and JPY news coming tomorrow. So we'll be looking at that one as well. So with that said, I'm ending this session for here today. We'll be seeing you guys tomorrow, trading live together. Until that, stay well, stay happy.